Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Dreamland, there was a king who had two sons, named Peter and Albert. Both of them were very much devoted to their father. Once, a great drought struck their kingdom. The king's country estates faced a serious water shortage. The king called his sons and said, "My dear children, our country estates in north and south are facing a serious water shortage. I'm going to give each of you a big responsibility. Peter, take as much as you want from the treasury and build a large canal in the north part of the kingdom to supply water to my country estates." The king ordered his elder son. "You too, Albert, but you will cover the south region of the kingdom," the king told his younger son. Both sons said, "Your wish is our command, father." Peter took part of his father's riches and part of an army. With them, he traveled north, where he ordered the people of those lands to work hard on building the canal. He supervised the work very carefully, paying the villagers fairly and finishing the project within 2 years. Proud of his work, he returned to the palace with his army. He reached the palace only to find the place in the midst of celebrations. He asked the gatekeeper, "What are these celebrations for? Are my people celebrating my return?" "No, sir," the gatekeeper replied hesitantly. "Then what?" the prince almost shouted. "Sir, your brother is being crowned as king," replied the gatekeeper. "Sir, your brother had only taken 1 year to build his canal in the south, and he managed to do the job with hardly any soldiers or money. Our emperor was very happy, and he declared the Prince Albert will be the future king." The gatekeeper further added. This seemed so strange to Peter that he began to investigate the southern canal. He found more than a few irregularities. He returned to the palace, sought the king, and said, "Father, stop the madness of making Albert king." "Why are you saying that? Is there something I should know?" asked the father. "You know how much I love my brother, but he has gone crazy," the prince replied. "How?" asked the king. "He has destroyed your reputation. He built this canal not according to the plans you gave him. He created so many outlets for the villages that barely half the water arrives at our country estates. He opposed to the prime minister in front of our villagers and did not pay any of the workers. He even used your soldiers as laborers," he said. The king, gazing tenderly at his son, replied, "My son, what you say is true. Your brother took the initiative to modify the canal to improve it. He took this initiative to improve the lives of everyone. He convinced the villagers to work quickly and without pay. He had the courage to challenge the prime minister to defend justice, and the charisma to set his soldiers to work for longer hours than the villagers. His commitment was so great that he himself was the one who worked the hardest on the project, forgetting his princely status. You know what, my son? This is why everyone adores your brother, and they would do anything for him. He is more than a king. He is their true leader." Peter came to recognize his brother's greatness, and without hesitation, he ran to his brother, congratulated him, and hugged him and said, "You are the true leader, my brother, my king." So, dear citizens, do you see how perfectly Albert played the role of a community leader? Both brothers had the same resources. Both completed the responsibilities well. But Albert, the true community leader, used his imagination and resources to help the people of his kingdom. He became a guide and inspired his people to work for making their lives better. This is how a community leader works. He set an example by working hard, using his knowledge